Hello, everyone. Mark Johnston here, marriage expert and head coach at High Thrive Coaching. So I know there are several of you out there that are asking yourself, okay, what hope do I have considering everything that's going on in my marriage? You know, do I actually have any hope if my partner is having an affair or ready to sign papers? If your partner has declared that they are done, that they don't want to be with you anymore. And I'm going to be honest here. A lot of you are looking at those situations and you say, well, there's nothing that can be done. And I'm just going to say that's just not true. The good news is, I've seen many couples turn things around, even in the face of really insurmountable odds. Couples where they had come right up to the point of signing papers for divorce to finalize everything. Couples who have even gotten divorced and then realized that, it's just the grass isn't greener on the other side and they wanted to make things work. I've seen couples where, no one is talking. They can hardly even be in the same room together. And, everything in between. I've seen affairs and also lies and heartache and all this. And I've also seen many of those situations end up with a really happy marriage. So what is it that actually turned things around? What is it that solved the problem, so to speak? And, you came in here actually wondering if you yourself had hope. And, to a certain extent, hope is a bit of the answer. See, the problem in many of these situations is that your spouse who is considering leaving doesn't have hope in the marriage itself. But, creating hope, as odd as this might sound, it's not a strange sort of nebulous thing that we can't understand. There are very clear things that can build hope in a relationship. And that's actually what I want to talk about today, just briefly. Factors that add hope. Now, I talk a lot about this with my clients. This is a kind of a main factor in what I work on with many of the people that I work with individually. And I want to give some of these secrets, some of these strategies to you. So let's just start off with a few things that add hope. And I want you to consider what I'm saying here and how you can incorporate this into your own relationships. So first off, I think the number one factor here is the idea of having clear goals. Knowing what is wanted is the first step. What I hear time and time again is the person who says that they're ready, that they're done, that they're ready to leave. It's very easy to list complaints, but they don't actually know what they want. And the thing is, if you can provide those things, if you can actually give some assurance that those things can be had within the relationship, the reasons for leaving lose a bit of their momentum. So this does require understanding. I mean, how do you know what you should work on if you aren't sure what is wanted or where people are hurting? Number two, you need a very clear way to that goal. And a simple, it's going to be better does absolutely nothing. That's a garbage, trash sort of response to something as monumental as someone considering divorce. A promise of it's going to get better, it's fine, just actually reinforces the other person's motivation to leave. You need structure for yourself and your partner. You need to see how those goals could be achievable through actions, through plans. Number three, they need to see clear and firm motivation. This is the why of your goals. Why would you work so hard to push through a marriage crisis like this when they're saying they don't care about you anymore? If it's going to cost you a lot of a lot in terms of effort or emotion, why would you even bother? And your partner actually needs to see that motivation. They need to see how important the marriage and they are to you. Simply telling them it's because that you love them isn't good enough, because I imagine you probably have told them that you love them. It's that sort of expression of love is equivalent to complacency. But I love you, you might say. Well, so what at this point? They have to see your drive and motivation with proactive action. They need to see your determination that things are going to be different no matter what. And along with this, number 4 is that follow through. Your motivation and goals mean nothing if you don't follow through. Are you working on progress every day? If not, what are you doing? Is this actually important to you? Because, if you're not working on this every day, it shows. It will be clear as day to everyone around you. The 5th factor here is a plan for obstacles. It's all well and good if you put out all this effort, but, in the back of their mind, they're saying to themselves, well, what if they don't feel anything? What if they don't feel that romance or love or that motivation? What if they've been unfaithful and they don't see how you could forgive them? How would you ever survive a huge crisis like that and actually go back to some amount of normalcy? You need to have a plan for these obstacles and start taking action on them. Be proactive. Now, barring those clear factors, those are things that, you know, are very just absolutely necessary. There are some other things that can be considered as well. I talk sometimes with my clients about meaning. Having, your partner has gotten to the point where they're at because certain things have happened, have transpired that have created meaning for them. Meaning that says, this isn't worth it to me. My partner doesn't love me anymore. I'm not happy. And sometimes the relationship needs a bit of a boost or a jolt here, whether that's a large sacrifice or a large shift in behavior, something to shake up the status quo, because people change in the face of change. They see some big changes, people are more willing to consider some change themselves. And lastly, if you're just absolutely lost, you've heard me list all these things out and you just don't know where to go, I think it's maybe a good idea to start with some of the other experts here. I frequently refer to Dr. John Gottman. Does some great work, and Gottman talks about his 4 horsemen of divorce, which are criticism, contempt, defensiveness, and stonewalling. And if any of those things are present, those are absolutely things that should be eliminated. In addition to that, you can really create hope in what I call the 4 pillars that create a solid marriage, the opposite of those 4 horsemen, which is genuine, heartfelt appreciation, a cherishing of your partner, openness or willingness to listen to feedback, and proactive behavior and effort towards the marriage. If stonewalling is kind of this passive apathy, you need the opposite of those those 4 horsemen. So I know I just kind of put out a lot of information to you. And see, that's the thing. Hope is, whereas there are specific things that can create it, it's not a simple answer, a one-size-fits-all solution to all your relationships. Which is why I'm here, which is why I am at, why I offer services. And if you need any help, please let us know. Because as hard as this may seem, as dire as your circumstances may be, there is actually hope. And I've seen some of the most hopeless cases turn around into very happy endings. And I want that for you. That's actually why I'm here, why I'm in the business, because I believe in marriage enough to say, even if things look bad, I want to try. And time and time again, we see the fruits of that effort. So please contact us. I can go schedule a free call to determine whether this program is right for you. The website is www.hightthrivecoaching.com/apply. And you can get on a free call with one of our team members to just chat and see how things are. So I would love to talk with you. I would love to help you personally with your marriage. So go on and get on that call.